gosh, look at the crowd.
Come this way.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Welcome to Lmd Newsweek. I'm Ashwini Vethakan. We begin with a look at the COVID-19 situation in the island. As of this week, the total number of COVID-19 infected patients in the island currently stands at 67,115, with the number of recoveries now reaching 61,461, and the number of deaths now stands at 339. The World Health Organization has decided to provide 4 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine to Sri Lanka under its COVAX facility. Sri Lanka will receive the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine free of charge. Earlier this week, tragedy hit the island when Dr. Gayan Dantanarayana, a young medical professional who was undergoing extensive treatment at the Karapitiya Teaching Hospital, was Sri Lanka's first frontline worker to pass away due to the COVID-19 virus. The virus also claimed the life of medical luminary Dr. Neville Fernando, a former member of Parliament known for his uncompromising principles, who went on to found the Neville Fernando Teaching Hospital. Dr. Fernando was receiving treatment for the COVID-19 virus at IDH. The total number of frontline workers who administered the Covishield vaccine surpassed the 100,000 mark. The epidemiology unit said 23,217 individuals, including healthcare officials, were inoculated, and the total number of frontline workers vaccinated stands at 118,767. The country's vaccination program commenced on the 29th of January. And now for a roundup of local news. 2 main roads that run through and connect the Northwestern Province and the North Central Province will be developed by the Highways Ministry. The roads, Ibagamuwa Kumbugette Madagala Road and the Anuradhapura Padeniya Highway, will be rehabilitated at a cost of 730 million rupees and 940 million rupees respectively. The Defence Ministry Secretary stated that steps were being taken to revise the lion image on the current national flag of Sri Lanka. To do this, a major process has to be embarked on, and the proposal is being discussed with the relevant government officials, and it should be presented to Parliament for approval. The Agriculture Minister said that the human-elephant conflict in the Kandy district will be resolved this year. Since electric fences covering a number of villages adjacent to the Victoria Randanigala Rantambe Sanctuary Reserve will be completed this year. Moving on to business news, Sri Lanka ceramic stocks declined considerably on Tuesday as the government announced the lifting of the ban it imposed last year on such items. As a part of its prolonged stringent import restrictions, in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister issued a Gazette notification and removed ceramic items from Schedule 1 of the Imports and Exports Regulation in the Extraordinary Gazette published in July, and included them in Schedule 2. The US government committed a $40 million loan to a leading Sri Lankan development bank to support SMEs and women entrepreneurs. The loan from the US International Development Finance Corporation aims to support private sector investment and economic growth in Sri Lanka and represents the finance institution's first investment in the country since its launch in 2019. The apparel industry contracted by 23% last year, with earnings dropping to $4.1 billion from $5.3 billion in 2019. A top official said, warning that unless the government assists in providing COVID-19 vaccinations to its 350,000 strong workforce within the next 3 months, the industry could face deeper challenges in 2021. The Joint Apparel Association Forum appealed to the government to prioritize importing COVID-19 vaccines to support not only the apparel industry, but all exporters. In other news, the Cabinet approved a proposal by the Transport Ministry to seek a private sector investor to manufacture 100 railway passenger coaches in an attempt to upgrade Sri Lanka's railway transport system. And now for a roundup of global news. As of this week, the total number of global COVID-19 infected patients currently stands at 105 million, with the total number of recoveries just surpassing 77 million, while the total number of fatalities is still within 2 million. Google's parent company Alphabet saw record revenues for the second straight quarter despite the pandemic as advertisers increased spending during the holidays. Alphabet's quarterly profit rose 43% to $15.2 billion, sending shares up 6% to $2,036 in after-hours trading on Wall Street. Meanwhile, Asian shares and US stocks further rose on Wednesday as governments around the world look poised to spending to help economies recover from the coronavirus as vaccine rollout programs accelerated. With the rollout of vaccines in many countries gathering pace, earnings season in the United States and Japan has so far been favorable, and oil prices are at their highest in a year, which are all positive signs for the global economy. And in other news, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is to step down as CEO of the e-commerce giant that he launched from his garage nearly 30 years ago. He will become executive chairman and will be succeeded by Andy Jassy, who currently leads Amazon's cloud computing business. Wrapping things up, we look at the world of sports. Australia pulled out of their tour of South Africa in February and March because of coronavirus concerns. However, this cancellation has enabled New Zealand to be the first team through to the finals of the World Test Championship. The Sri Lanka tour of West Indies, scheduled for this month, has been postponed as a player and the head coach have tested positive for the coronavirus. Other members of the team have been requested to self-quarantine. Manchester United equaled the Premier League record by putting 9 goals past 9-man Southampton, the second time Saints have lost 9-0 in as many seasons. Rafael Nadal pulled out of Spain's opening ATP Cup tie with a low back problem less than a week before he bids for a record 21st men's Grand Slam title at the Australian Open. However, world's number 1 Novak Djokovic beat Denis Shapovalov as Serbia claimed a 2-1 win over Canada in their opening Group A match. That's all the news we have for you this week. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for watching and stay safe.